can't remember if he committed by then or not. I think he might have. He committed early. I had no idea really who he was. That was all Coach Fickle and went and watched play basketball. He's one of the best athletes I've seen. He was a 35-point, like a real. Sometimes you watch basketball. Legendary one is Zeke Elliott. That was awful. You can print that Zeke knows I feel that way. But this one was walked away, so this kid's going to be a college basketball player. So, and just a wonderful guy, the way he plays, the way he was a good teammate.
Front row right, Austin.
Urban, I think it probably worked out perfectly for you to see Joe Burrow for an extended period of time on Saturday. What, if anything, did you learn there?
Well, I confirmed that he's a tough guy. He put his foot in the ground and got some positive yardage when it wasn't there, and I'm very pleased with his. I think we had the first series was bad. We were punting. First punt was when he goes in. He kind of got it on the sideline because that's not what we do. I think a procedure penalty. That's all quarterback. Making sure that everybody's on the same page. But I thought he did pretty good. He confirmed what we all thought that he's shown. He's a tough guy that has talent, and it means a lot to him.
How much confidence would you have if something happened?
I'm not going there.
I mean, is there
Next.
Is there much of a gap between the two right now?
Next.
Far right, Kaylee.
Keep trying.
Kaylee?
Coach, you had 94 offensive plays. It's second most that you've had in your time here. How do you build on that coming into this week?
Well, we just try to, JT's obviously, that's kind of his bread and butter. We're going to really, we've committed to that. In the past, I'm trying to think, Braxton, he was okay at it, but he was more, wants to settle him down, and Cardell was not that way at all. So the last 3 games of, the national championship year, we did very little tempo. It's every quarterback's different, because it's, a lot of times you get just bizarre looks and discombobulated defenses and all that. JT, he does it very kind of. He did that in high school too, so he's had a lot of experience at it.
Was it interesting to see that number, but then also know that, like you said, that the wide receivers did a great winner on Saturday?
No, early in the year, not many guys do great out winners, and it's just finishing blocks and doing all the things. To grade a winner is pretty hard around here, so the guys that do, it's a big deal.
Front row left, Ari.
Urban, we talked, since Chicago about playing freshmen, and I think you played 9 on Saturday. One of them that didn't play was Antonio Williams. He was listed number 2 on the depth chart. I didn't know if there was a plan to get him involved or what his situation is.
If he was listed number 2, that was not. It's DeMario's ahead of Antonio, and Dauntre and Curtis are the next in. So I think Antonio's going to be good, just young.
Okay, and also at quarterback, Dwayne, I know we had a little bit of a discussion about Joe. How's he been progressing as a game week?
Good. He kind of hit, he's so talented, and I'd like to have him keep pushing for that backup spot with Joe. But it kind of overwhelmed a little bit. The issue is now just getting him reps. So he's getting those reps sometimes on his own, after practice, pre-practice. So that's hard as a third-string quarterback to continue to grow, but we're doing the best we can because we think he has a great future here.
Front row middle, Dave.
At wide receiver, who are some guys maybe that are separating themselves from the pack, or is the pack still pretty close?
Pack's pretty close. The guy that I didn't realize he didn't have a catch, but Paris is playing so well for us. Terry McLaurin's playing so well for us. Austin Mack is he hit the wall a little bit like most freshmen. But who's separating? Obviously Curtis is separating a little bit. Dauntre did very good games. Noah had a good game, so we're still going to play a lot of people.
Corey Smith didn't play that much. He had one punt return late that he muffed. Is he just behind some of the other guys?
The hamstring issue was tight. I learned after the fact because he didn't look as fast as he normally does. But he's still an integral part of what we're doing.
Front row right, Tim.
Yeah, Urban, Dante Booker, is there any update on him? And if he can't go, is Joe Berger the guy now? Or
he's questionable for the game, and it's an MCL sprain, and Joe and Jerome Baker.
And what specifically, what did you see out of Joe when you watched the video? I mean, did you see him step up, and what was just your take on the way he played?
Oh, pretty good. I think those are in great detail would be Coach Fickle and I had that conversation, but I saw a guy that knows our defense inside out, made the right calls, got everybody in the right place, and played well when he was in there.
And one last thing, when you come out of that, what did you see about your defense that you definitely would like to see sharper, tighter, whatever you want to call it, going into this game against a team that can run our throat, you know?
Yeah. Well, you're always worried about tackling in space, because this is one of those Baylor type offenses where they take a split out by the sideline and miss a tackle. That's a bad day. It just forces you to play in space, and so did Bowling Green. You know, they have 2 NFL caliber receivers, which you have to cover. So I thought our defense played well for their first game. You know, didn't see a bunch of missed tackles off the top of my head. I can't remember what they were. You know, this one they'll have a better chance of maybe getting to the quarterback, because they do. You know, the Bowling Green team just didn't hold the ball at all. They got it out so fast.
Front row right, Bill.
You've been asked about the true freshmen who played, 9 of them. Not just that they played, how well do they play, and how important is it to get those guys in a game, in that situation, so that they really feel like they can contribute?
Oh, I mean, obviously that's the answer. Everybody knows the answer. And a lot of times the guys will really step up that maybe you did not think they would. So just any time you get a true freshman in there, get not necessarily rust, but just the anxiety. And I talk about that a lot, because that is so true. You know, get that out of the way. So that was good to be able to get at least 9 guys in there.
And do you have an update on the kicking situation? How is Sean, and what's the...
Sean, we kicked today. I let the other guy do it. The kicker do it. But Sean's getting better. I guess he's about ready to compete for the spot again.
And fourth row, far left, last question, Matt.
Can you just talk about what you see in Tulsa defensively? You mentioned their offense.
Well, Bill Young, the Buckeyes, running the show there, the coordinator. I've known Coach Young for a long time. Tremendous respect for him. I actually met him here when he was an assistant coach for Coop. And you know, they're very sound, very good tacklers. They're, imagine an old school guy like Bill Young would do. They're not. It's not Star Wars defense or anything like that. They're very sound in what they do. So I've coached against him a couple times. I remember he was in Miami when I was at Florida. They did a great job against us. So just a very sound defense. Played well last week.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.